Okay, it's rolling. Hey, so Brad, you're in the gang stalking, like you're going through the gang stalking thing, same as everybody, like me and Tori and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what's up? What do you like? How do you feel about it? What do you got to say on it?
Um, Basically, the program is pretty messed up, but making it through is it. Um, I can say that for the most part,
Yeah,
that things don't go always, great, but with Jesus, things do get better. You just have to find
right,
it inside of you.
right.
Um,
The thing I like about you, man, is you're in Michigan. You're in Saginaw. I'm in Muskegon, but well, technically Norton Shores, but it's in the area. It's in the Muskegon area. Like people think the program, is only where a lot of people go through it, and they think it's just where they're at. They never talk to anybody who's going through it. It's like you go through the same type of stuff as me. We both get followed. We both have people with the headlights and stuff, helicopters, all that.
right, right.
Yeah, I mean, the helicopters are real, aren't they? Don't they use helicopters against you?
Um, well, basically, some days I'm not gonna say every day because they don't harass me that way every day. But I would say they use helicopters against me. Sometimes I could just be walking down the street and a helicopter would just be flying next to me, and it'll follow me until I'm almost at my destination, or it'll probably follow me to my destination.
Yeah,
And
right, right. I
yeah,
think it's cool, man. Like when they pull the helicopters out of me, I think it's cool.
it's pretty cool. Like do something different.
Right. I mean, it makes you like, it's like, it's just so crazy. It's like, I don't know what to think of it, It's just so crazy. Just like, damn, they pulled a helicopter out.
Right, right.
Man, dog, you should see hey man, you should see the females. I mean, you got some fine ones they use on you. I got some fine, man, you should see some of the ones they use on me, dog.
Yeah.
They had
That's fuckery.
yeah, man, they know I like the girls with those fat asses, man. They use boy, you should see some of the girls they use on me. They got some beast on their back. I'm serious.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, they gang stalk me with women too. Just I just see a lot of people, staring at me in a rude way, but I try to ignore it the best way I can. I try to play it off, with a smile, or I wave at them. I try to be generally nice to anyone I do meet. I don't hold any aggression or any grudges against anyone. I'm just, another human being trying to make it through, life like everyone else.
Right, right. And you man, you do a lot. You like, you box and stuff. You've been boxing for like what, 10 years?
A little bit more longer than that.
A little bit long. Okay, you've been boxing. You've been in Job Corps and stuff. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going for you, man. And for some reason they felt it was necessary to target you.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm going to be very successful.
Right.
No
Yeah.
matter what this program does to me, I feel like I'm going to be successful no matter what. Whether it's
Yeah.
accomplishing my earthly message or, my spiritual message, I mean, I'm going to be successful. That's no problem, no, without a doubt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how I feel too. And it's like it's so crazy, man. Because before I came out and started talking about it, like I didn't talk to anybody else. I never talked to anybody who went through it. And now I'm talking to you. We talked to Steve, Tori. There's a whole lot of people out there going through it, man. We got to get Steve on three-way tonight, man.
Man, we got to be able to, chat it up so that way we can spread this message and we can get it further than where it already is now. We just have to have faith with each other,
Right.
Find common ground, basically.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And hey, man, you know what though? The funny thing about it is it's like the program right now seems to be intensifying, man. There's a lot of people who've been going through it that are saying it's gotten more intense than it used to be back in the day.
I feel like it has gotten more intense with me a little bit. It's just another way we're dealing with it. That's how I feel. I just look at it like another day, you know, and like you told me earlier, there's gonna be haters in your circle, man. You just gotta be able to look past all that.
Right. Hey man, let me tell you how cold the program is, man. There was a guy gang stalking me, and I knew who he was, right? Like I've been knowing him for years. All he did was use the headlights. Like he didn't do nothing else. He was just trying to make some extra money. We were still cool, and then he died. And at his funeral, they had the headlights on the hearse. I was telling you about that, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's how that's the pro. Hey, the program's wild, man.
It's pretty pathetic that that they have to do things like that to get your attention. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just pray mercy on their souls, with Jesus Christ, man. All I can do is ask for forgiveness. I can pray for those kinds of people, doing those kinds of things, because I wouldn't even do that upon anyone. It's like slowly hunting someone. That's how I feel like it is. It's like a Hunger game almost, but without the physical abuse.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's you know what, man? What I did is like I'd face it for a while and then take breaks. Like I was telling you, man, like isolate myself for a while, then go face and isolate, and eventually I psychologically put up like a stronger block against it.
Right.
Just like lifting weights. You lift it, then you go back 2-3 days later or a day later. You eventually get stronger.
Yeah, I've been getting stronger just communicating with you. I gotta give you a big shout out because without you, I feel like I'd be less of a person than I used to be. You're helping me gain a little bit more power each day.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I got, people that support me that are going through the same situations as I am. I just look at it like a big thank you because, it's like people like you, it's like God helped me become a better person through him,
Yeah, man, that's, I appreciate that, man. And I also give God that glory too, man, for bringing both of us together. There's a, I appreciate that. And, it's like God, definitely wanted us to meet each other and be able to talk and stuff and, help each other out, man. Because me being able to communicate with you and give you inspiration and advice has also you've given me the same sort of inspiration. You know what I mean? Like I feel the same inspiration back from you as well.
Well, we shouldn't be tearing each other down in society. We should be building each other up, and that's what society wants us to do. They want us to go at each other and see who's the winner. And basically, there's no winner because it's always a lose-lose situation, But with God, it's always a win-win, no matter even if you lose.
Right.
So I feel like we're on top of the world right now, and no one's looking at it from our point of view. It's that how they want us to perceive life, and I'm not going to perceive life no other way than how God wants me to perceive it.
Right, man. That's what I was telling. I got Monday. I got this conference, man, with these people in California. This human rights thing. They want me to explain to a community out there how I'm grinding through the gang stalking. And what you just said takes the words right out of my mouth, man. I feel like nobody can separate me from God, like my connection to God.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like I think all of this could be a big distraction from God. To keep you from Him. And I feel like the closer you get to Him, the further the devil wants you to pull back. And it's not going to happen because I feel like I have such a strong relationship with Him. Like, no matter what I do in life, okay, we all sin, we're all sinners. Under God, we're all sinners. It doesn't matter if you murder, if you kill, well, that's almost the same thing. But, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's all sin to Him. And no sin is greater than the other. So to Him, it's all blasphemy. But I feel like the closer you get to Him, the more the devil is going to try to pull you away from Him. And you can't let him do that. You got to stay focused. You gotta take head on. And, you're helping me out with my fears because, you're helping me to where I want to stop smoking cigarettes and pursue my dream, and keep going with my boxing thing. And this program, it shut me down for a little bit. It did. But it did not shut me down completely. It did not make me give up. I still have my self-will. I still have my potential that I have not used yet. And my unused potential is more scarier than my potential that I've already used because I know that my potential that I haven't used is going to blossom into something that the Lord is going to bless me and others that are around me with more and we're just gonna persevere until we really get what we want.
Right. Hey.
Getting the message across this world.
Yeah, I support that 110%, man. Hey, man, let me tell you how strong the devil is in the gang stalkers' lives, man. Okay, like, I went through a period when I turned 25 where I stopped talking to women. I was just doing conspiracy. Like, I still talk to them, but not nearly as much as I was used to. I never brought any females back to my mother's house. I always went out and, like, met females at the bar and stuff. You know, like, low-key type stuff. And lately, the program pull a lot of females towards me. And so I've just been cutting into females, man, and hooking up with females and stuff. And the program, and like I say, you know, I mean, if a female, like I take them 18 and up to legal age and up. You know, I mean, if they bend that ass over and they look good, I'm gonna hit it if they're a legal adult. You know what I mean? And
yeah, of course. I mean, you know, if they're gonna gang stalk you with women, first
check this out. Check this out, though. Hold on, bro. Let me
watch out for their motives.
Right, but look.
I always look out for that. I always look, what is their intent? What do they want from me? They don't necessarily want me, probably. They just want my attention, you know? If they can grab my attention, they know they have me hooked, you know? If you don't have my attention, you can't make me do all the things that I wouldn't normally do, you know, with a clear state of mind, you know? If I'm drugged, of course you can get me to do something, you know, that I wouldn't want to do on a sober mind. Or if I'm drunk, you can try to get me to do this, that, and whatever, you know? But if you have a clear head, focus, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on clearing my head, focusing on me and what God wants from me, you know?
Yeah, but listen what I'm saying, though, man. Check us out. So the program was trying to shame me. The program was hiring parents to use their underage daughters and stuff to try, like they were teaching their daughter. I swear to you, man. Listen, the parents in the gang stalking program, they were teaching their underage daughters to like try to put themselves. They had some girls like underage or something like riding around in front of my house on skateboards and stuff, like a kind of thing like that's an underage minor or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I'm not interested in children. I'm interested in women. If she's a legal adult and she got that ass, I'm fucking. But I don't mess with children. But I feel bad for the parents. I feel bad for the parents who are sexualizing their children, because what's going to happen is their daughters are going to get used to playing that role, and they're going to go out in the real world walking around like that, and then there's going to be somebody else out there who isn't like me who's going to take advantage of them sexually. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. What it's doing is it's creating demons that aren't there yet. And
right.
They do open those kind of doors. Those kind of doors are always hard to shut, because once you experience those kinds of things, you know, they're kind of fun, you know, and you know, it's kind of fun to get into, you know, pleasure and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, what is that really doing for you? Is that feeding your flesh, or is that feeding your soul? You know, and that's how I look at things, you know. And I look at this world as it's all flesh, you know. And I'm trying to work on my spirit, because I understand that the flesh is against the spirit and the spirit is against the flesh, but they work one, you know, hand in hand together. That's the crazy thing. They don't understand each other, and they don't like each other, but they work hand in hand together. And I'm trying my best to become one with my actual self, you know. I can find myself.
I feel you. I'm going through a period right now where I wasn't like with women for a long time. I wasn't having sex with different women for a long time. I was just like staying in the house on the computer all the time. You know, I did it from time to time, like every couple months or something, but it was like so stagnant now. You know, I'm back in the mix. I got like 4 or 5 girls I'm talking to and stuff right now, and it's going down. But you know what I mean? It's like the sex isn't separating me from God. This is just something that has to happen because I was away from it for so long. You know what I mean? But I feel bad. I feel bad for the adults in the program who use minor children as like some sort of like thing. Like I'm serious, man. They use underage children the program was trying to shame me. There's no shame in my game. If a young girl 18 bends that ass over and wants me to fuck, I'm taking her there. I don't give a fuck. Who cares about it? But as far as minors go, I think that's wrong for a grown adult to misuse a child in a sexual way. Like the gang stalkers, they misuse their own children to use them in the gang stalking program. And that's sick, man, because that's giving the minor child a mindset to think like that, and then she's gonna go out in the world and demonstrate. It's gonna be in her consciousness, and she's gonna go out in the world, and who knows what's gonna happen. The father's not gonna be able to control it. So the mother and father are gonna be able to.
I feel like that's a form of prostitution.
It is.
Without having to get paid.
It is. They're pimping them. The parents are getting paid for it.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's not even right. That's an abomination to the Lord. You know. I feel like women are the most beautiful creatures on this world. I feel like they're more important than men because they have a special gift that we don't have, you know? And for people to take advantage of something so innocent, that's sick. I mean, that is sick. I don't even understand where to begin with that whole thing right there. I mean...
They're pimping them. That's pimping. Yeah, that's pimping. They basically got him on the holstro. For real.
You know, I was saying my prayers earlier, though. You know, I'm making sure that everything is all right with me and my loved ones. I'm just making sure that everything is copacetic over here on this side. Even though, you know, a lot of people don't like me, I still pray for them. You know, the same people that, you know, that talk behind my back are the same people I would ask, and I would grab their hand and I would ask them would they like for me to pray for them, you know? And I'm all about love, man. And, you know, I don't even, you know, begin to understand what love is, but, you know, if my father could lay, you know, his innocent son down to sacrifice his love for something that I've done my whole life, that is the first beginning of love. You know, and right now I feel like I'm sacrificing my life so other people can see what I'm going through. It's not about me. I'm starting to understand that. It's bigger than me. It's, you know, I'm not placed here for me. I'm here for others. You know, it's more about helping other people than it is for my own selfish needs, you know?
Yup. That's how I feel too, man. I've been learning that a lot. Like, you know, God got me through a life-death situation. Then he got me through a year of the gang stalking thing. So I feel like my position now is to try to help whoever I can grind through it and make the best situation out of their life. You know what I mean? No matter what, like help others, you know? And so, you know, I mean, I got my challenges. I got my things I work with just like anybody else, you know?
Right. See, the challenges, you know, they try to stop me. You know, they try to set me up a couple times, you know? And, you know, I almost went in, you know? I almost went straight for that. But, you know, God kept me focused. He got me thinking. I used my gut instinct, you know? And I used a little bit of my intuition. And God was like, no, that's not what I don't want. I do not want you in prison, or I don't want you, you know, dead. I want you preaching messages, positive messages that are going to give people life instead of speaking death into them, you know?
Right.
To give people what they need to hear rather than what they want to hear.
Hey, and while they're using the gang stalking program to try to agitate good people, they'll have people. I've seen people they'll have a gun, they'll be selling dope out of the car, and they'll still let them do the gang stalking. They have no driver's license, some dope and a gun, and be out there gang stalking people. And the police don't give a fuck.
Well, they want us, you know, to be out of the way, but that can't happen unless we allow it to happen and on our own free will. If we just basically give our own free will away, or if it's in God's will, and it's not going to happen if you're actually, you know, with the Lord. It's not going to happen. You know, He's not going to just give you into the hands of the enemy. He won't do that.
And they know that. They know. You know, the universe, God, that higher spiritual force out there, referees everything, and that's why they really can't do nothing to you that you don't agree to. They gotta try to make you separate yourself from God. They can't separate somebody from God. They try to force somebody to they try to encourage people to make the decision to separate themselves from God because they know they can't do it themselves.
Correct.
You know, and so You know that it's just tripped out, man. It's just the world. You know, gang stalking is wild, man. You go through gang stalking, you become a whole different person. Like, how long have you been going through it?
Um, I want to say 2 years. That's what I want to say, but who knows? I could have been watched my whole life. I don't know.
Me too. That I feel.
That's all I was
Yep.
aware of. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It could have happened. Like I said, I don't even know when, but I'm beginning to think it happened 2 years ago. I'm not sure, but like you said, I became a changed person. Some people, this experience would turn them very bitter and make them hate the world and hate the people that they look at. And, every person they come across, they think is a gang stalker. Whether I think they're a gang stalker or not, I still got love for them. You know what I mean? I still got love for them. And I think that's the thing that they hate the most about me, because everything that they're doing to me, they're expecting me to just do right back to them. And I'm like, no. You can't fight fire with fire and expect not to get burned. No. You know what I'm going to do? Throw some water on that fire.
Right.
That's what puts fire out.
Put some water on there.
Holy water at that.
Yep. Yeah, man, you got a real good mindset, man, to be doing what you're doing. A lot of people out there, man, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there pumping defeat, man. Like a lot of YouTube channels, they talk about how powerful the gang stalking program is. They don't ever talk about God. They don't ever talk about how they're doing it themselves and they're helping others do it. They just sit there and talk about how powerful the devil is, how powerful the gang stalking program is.
And it seems as if the devil is strong. It just seems that type of way, because we don't have any type of control that we feel that we need,
Right.
But he's not. If you would actually see how he actually is, he's weak.
Yep.
Like, he's weak.
Yep.
He's weak without you. If you keep giving him the power, he's going to be as strong as you want him to be. He's weak. I am stronger than him. The only thing I have to do is I have to use my brain. And you know what? If you don't think, you'll never go anywhere far. You have to learn how to think outside the box while you're still stuck inside it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, man, they had me like the area I live at and the gang stalking program. They had me ranked. They had their money on me that they were going to defeat me psychologically and spiritually. They had all that on me. They thought the gang stalking program was all big in this. I was hiding inside my mother's house for a month, man. I went and talked to God, got my mind straight, and through the power of God, I made the gang stalking program look like a baby.
And at first it beat me down too, because I didn't know what I was, going through. I didn't, I thought at first I was going, a little bit crazy and stuff. But the more you pray to God, the more He listens, and the more that He listens,
right.
The more that you can pay attention to what He wants you to do for your life. And I feel like, man, this is my calling, man. And a lot of people, they ignore their calling, but come Monday, man, I'm a changed person, man. I'm a completely changed person. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna come back, 10 times harder.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna keep, embracing, the program. I'm gonna keep embracing the love that the Lord is still sending me, and I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm not gonna give up anymore, man. I'm tired of giving up on myself. And a lot of people have told me that in my life. You have the potential. You have everything everybody else has wished for. Why are you sitting on your talent? And that's because I give up on myself a lot. I could have won, a couple tournaments back, a couple of years back before I was on the program. I actually lost, before I got to the title fight, but I realized that it was me that I gave up. I told myself I should give up, and I gave up. That's what cost me my title shot. And nothing feels as bad as that. That's like being rejected by God. Nothing feels as bad as something that you've always worked hard for, just for them to say no. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be able to hear some yeses. I've heard no my whole entire life, so now I demand my yeses. I demand my blessings, and that's how they're gonna come. you know?
Yeah, man. You know, like you're demanding success from yourself now. You know what I mean? You're going the extra mile. You're taking that extra step, and you're pushing yourself to do it no matter what. You made a commitment, man. That's what you did, dude. You made a commitment.
I don't think I made one yet. I'm thinking I'm still in the process of making my commitment because there's so much to work on. You know what I mean? Everything that you work for and that you're going and you're working for, you still need progress, you know? And that's the best thing that I've, learned in this world is as much as I have learned, I still crave to learn more. You know what I mean? I've always wanted more knowledge. I've always wanted more. I've always wanted more wisdom, you know? But I've also understood, reading the Bible, I think it was a king, Solomon. He wanted to be the wisest, you know?
Yeah.
And God said, you can have all the wisdom, but with wisdom comes great grief. You know what I mean? Because you understand how things are. And, you might be one of the smartest men in the world,
Right.
But you'll also be the saddest because you also understand how everything operates,
Yep. That's so true, man. The more you know, the more responsibility. It's not, sometimes it's better not to know.
Exactly. But you know what? I'd rather know than not know because if I didn't know, I'd be ignorant, And if
That's
I'm
true, too.
Sometimes if you were to propose the truth to me, I wouldn't want to hear it because I'm so ignorant, I just stick my head in the sand like majority of everybody else does, I wouldn't want to hear it. But, I was chosen for something, bro. I was chosen, man. I was chosen when I'm Neo from the Matrix. I'm the one, brother.
Yeah, you are, man. You're just getting started, man. I can just tell, I can hear it in your voice. You're just getting started. I'm
just waiting on my moment, man.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Next thing you know, you'll be doing what I'm doing, man. You'll have, you know what I mean? You'll be on YouTube, doing the same, helping people and stuff, and you know what I mean? Like I was saying, man, we'll be out there, we'll be out there traveling, helping people, making a career out of it.
Right. I really want to be able to do something like this, man, because people tell me, I could be a preacher, and stuff like that, and my thing is, I don't really feel like I'm a preacher type because, I've sinned so much and the things that I've done in my past, I don't really feel like I would be the preacher type, but I do feel like the type of person that, I want to be able to help people with their changes. I want to change, how things are. And I know my intentions are way better, good than they are evil. I used to do a lot of bad things in my day. I used to sell drugs and, I used to be on the block, carrying guns and thinking that was cool, and, that none of that got me far, none of that got me far. I see the same thing, and I'm understanding when you change, that's when things change, and I'm starting to slowly see that.
Hey, listen to this. I got drugged at Burger King, man, where I stay at in Muskegon, and this was downtown. I got drugged. And so I go back, there's certain areas I know a lot of people. I go back to the hood, the heights on the west side. Everybody knows me over there. I go back there. Listen, I'm drugged off the drug on the jump rope in the hood in front of the trap house, passing out flyers, telling people how I'm getting gang stalked in front of the trap house, and half the people are in on it.
Hey, what's crazy about the whole situation about that? When you get poisoned or drugged or something like that, that makes our story less credible. They be like, oh, he was on drugs and stuff, but I wouldn't have been drugged if you didn't drug me. You know what I mean? Like, come on. But that's part of the program, to make you look crazy, to make you look sadistic or something. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about any of that. Like I said, I gotta stand on my 10 toes at the end of the day. I have to stand up fully on my 10 toes. I used to be scared of everything when I was little. I used to be scared of the littlest things. But I understood the more I got older that I'm not in control of those things. And they're not in control of me. So why should I be scared of those things? You know what I mean? The only thing that I should be scared of is what God is gonna say to me when I die, and like, did you say my message? Did you, how many people did you tell? It's not like I can lie to the man. He knows everything,
Right, right. It's already recorded,
It's in the book of life already, man. I'm just hoping I'm in the book of life. Because if your name isn't found in that book, you might as well just kiss your soul goodbye. And I'm praying, every day my intentions are good. He can read my heart, but it's not what my mind says. He reads my heart more than anything, and that's why I don't want to lean on my own understanding on anything that I do. I don't want to say that this is right or this is wrong or this is wrong and this is right. I don't want to be able to judge any of that, I want to be able to just, at the end of my life, I want him to say, you know what, you did exactly what I wanted you to do, my son. Here, pick up your crown, pick up your garments, and follow me. I can't wait, brother, man. That'll be the most lovely day.
Hell yeah. I man, I'm not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Jewish. But I feel exactly what you're saying. I'm with you on everything, man. I read a lot of different religious books and stuff, and I study, and I pray, and I meditate to a higher power, man. And I'm at the same level where, I feel what I put out comes back, man. As long as I'm putting out that 110% to do my part to help, I think it'll show more than my faults.
Yeah, he'll do his part. You know what I mean? You just got to do your part.
Right.
You do 50%, you do your 50%, there's 100. People expect God to do just everything by himself. Okay, God is God, but that don't necessarily you can take advantage of his godly with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to do our 50%. You know what I mean? Like, think about it this way. And my coach told me this, after I lost my championship. He said, when you do your 50%, say you run, say there's a runner, and he runs all day. And he does everything that he's supposed to do while he's in the gym. Who do you think is working harder while he's over there working his butt off while I sit back and I have fun? And when it comes down to the main event, who do you think is going to win? And he's like, it doesn't matter who was better. The man that worked harder is always going to win. You know why? Because that's what he dedicated himself to. He dedicated himself to that exact thing he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't, you're going to always make excuses to why you did not come up the way you wanted,
And the harder you work, the less likely you are to surrender because you got so much invested in it.
Exactly. The harder you work, I think about it this way. The harder you work, if you work twice as hard as you have fun, you'll have more fun when you do have fun. You see what I mean? Because it's almost like a privilege. Like, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to throw myself into a situation to where all I do is grind out all season. But the moments that I do have fun, I'm going to have twice as much fun because I'm working twice as hard as I am having fun. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I hear exactly what you're saying, bro. It's another thing too is like life should be fun. Life shouldn't be like sad and all that stuff and horrible and stuff. I remember when I was growing up as a child, man, the adults almost made it seem like life is supposed to be miserable, You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say. Oh, I was say, man. I'm trying to find how to do. We can maybe do three-way, man, and get Steve on here, man, because you haven't talked to Steve yet. That I know. Yeah, you got, man, Steve. Hey, Steve's story is crazy, dog. The program talks to him, man. I was telling you about that Voice to Skull stuff.
Voice to Skull. Yeah, I've been hearing about that.
He's out here talking to the program. Steve said he be cussing them out sometimes.
That's very crazy, man. Because the symptoms, they're so close to PTSD. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's almost close to as if, like, you know, you're schizo almost. You know, but if you don't know the characteristics of schizophrenic, you're gonna automatically call someone a schizo. You know what I mean? And there's different patterns, not just, you know, oh, I heard voices and stuff like that. No, there's so many more different things to being schizophrenic that people don't understand. And that's what mainstream society doesn't understand. They hear one thing and then they just automatically go off of that. Like, oh, ADHD, it just means he has a little bit too much hyperness in him. He can't have attention. Well, some ADHD people, if they looked up their information, some ADHD people have too well of attention. So so you mean to tell me that if you're too focused, you have ADHD? I'm starting to understand that they're diagnosing people with just random things just so they can cure them.
Yeah. Another thing too, man, is it makes you rethink the whole thing about how somebody went out and shot like 10 people because they heard a voice tell them to do it. It makes you think, you know, maybe they weren't hearing voices. Maybe somebody else was sending the message to them.
Oh man, that's crazy, man.
That takes me back.
Man, but
yeah.
I couldn't even hurt another human being, man. That's just how crazy it is with me. I couldn't even harm another human being.
Right. But if
because like me being a boxer, it's scared. That's how long it's taken me, you know, to understand. I'm still boxing and I still, you know, feel bad for hitting the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do anything, you know. They're like, you got to beat him up. And I'm like, I got to hurt another human being. But I look at it like I'm fighting Satan the whole time, you know?
Yeah, man. I like boxing, man, but I mostly watch the older fights. Like, Ali, you know, like, you ever watch that Thrilla in Manila?
Oh, dude, I watched almost every Muhammad Ali fight that there has been.
Hey!
I've watched them over. I've studied them. I practiced a few moves to see if I could get a couple rope-a-dope moves in the ring, you know?
Hey, that Thrilla in Manila, they were trying to kill each other, him and Joe Frazier.
You know, me personally, when I first got into the ring, I did a lot of research on the sport, you know, to see what I was getting myself into. I look at it like it's a modern day gladiator, basically. You know, just without the sword and the shield. You know, it's almost like a nowadays, you know, two people get in the ring in an arena, you know, and they slug it out or they beat each other until, you know, someone drops and, you know, they have a victor. You know, people like seeing a lot of blood shows. You know, nowadays they like seeing people get beat up. And, you know, it shouldn't be like that, you know. It should not be a, you know, and any person that I step in the ring with, I don't hate that other person. You know, I don't ever hate them. I can't hate someone for doing the same thing that I do. You know what I mean? That's almost like, you know, people with rapping or whatever they're doing, basketball. They hate the other team or whatever. Or I gotta beat them. You know, the competition is just that rugged. You know, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I'm far from that. I can't hate another individual for loving the same thing I love. You know what I mean? Hey, if he could teach me something that I don't know, I could probably teach him something that he don't know, you know? And at the end of the day, we're both experiencing and we're both learning together.
Hell yeah. It's all a journey.
That's all it is, man.
Hey, man, you ever listen to punk rock or like heavy metal?
I used to, but, you know, I did my research on that, and, you know, a lot of that falls to witchcraft and stuff like that. So I try to, you know,
right.
A lot of that.
Yeah, I grew up, you know what I mean? I was born in 85. I grew up in the early 90s, you know, when gangster rap was real popular. So I listened to a lot of gangster rap when I was growing up. And I like a lot of music from the 60s and 70s. But lately, man, I put some music on. I was working out. And I put some, like some faster rock and roll and, like, punk rock music. Man, that stuff will get you turned up, man.
I almost felt the presence, though. You know what I mean? I almost felt the presence of the devil, just, you know, listening to the music because, you know, like, yeah, it amps me up, like, but it put something in me that I just didn't feel like it was me. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be headbanging and, you know, I'd be doing a whole bunch of things, screaming, and, you know, I don't know how people can listen to that all day and not get a headache. You know what I mean? Like, I get a headache after listening to gangster music after a while, you know, because some of the you know, and I just be like, I can't take it, you know, because I'd be like, my fucking head just doesn't absorb it as well.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. The music now, man, they changed the music so much, man. Like
music is not the same like it used to be. Music used to have a fulfilling message until materialistic became more important than, you know, morals. And for me, it's mild. You know, it's mild all day, which means it's morals over materialistic. You know, so.
yeah, sure, man. Hey, bro, what do you want to? I was gonna say, would you be okay if like we've been talking for like 40 minutes and some seconds, like maybe we around this time we can start wrapping up the interview if you feel comfortable with that. If you want to keep going, we can, bro, but maybe we can start wrapping up, and then I can call Steve, and then we can try to get Steve on three-way, and then maybe we can come back on and do a second video with Steve on three-way, man, and then Steve can.
That would be perfectly fine with me.
All right, man. Okay, so for the people watching this, what do you want to leave people with? Do you want people to be able to contact you or anything, or like what?
If they want to be able to contact me, they can contact me on my email, NielsenBrad7, which is NIELSEN Brad7 @gmail, and or they can Facebook me, which is Brad Nielsen. You can spell it the same way. And if you need any, you know, any advice, or if you just need someone to be there for you, you know, to help you out with your problems. It doesn't even have to be about gang stalking. It can be about, you know, relationships. It can be about life. It can be about, you know, someone to mentor you, motivation. Just hit me up, you know. It's God over everything. God over everything. You got something you want to say?
Nah, bro, you know, you with that God over everything, you put everything right there. I could say. And so I just, you know, encourage people to contact you, you know, especially people who are going through gang stalking. And, you know, it's good that we can all come together and communicate and share our experiences. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we're going to get Steve on here in a little bit and then have another video up. And, like, that's all I got.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, bro, I'm going to go ahead and put this on stop real quick.